Friends forever, that's what we are. Through the thick and the thin, we're friendship stars. We're banger main buddies from the days of old. We laugh, cry, and hug, friendship solid as gold. My soul code whatever started a year ago. We share our stories and your stories were told. 80s, 90s memories that give us glee. And on the block party shows and KOTB. Now our friendship circle has grown by far. Hashtag friends forever, that's what we all are. Boom. And if you don't know, now you know. My soul code whatever for life. Hashtag MSCW. Hashtag friends forever. Yeah. Yeah.
So, our friend Sabrina.
Yes.
Sabrina, what's up if you're listening?
She is our brow bar specialist.
Yes, I look forward to going to see her.
She's amazing. She does really good things with eyebrows.
Yeah.
Do you see mine? They're super bushy.
Yours
I get
look
to
very
see her
good.
on Sunday.
Mine are finally filling in.
They are.
Yep,
and they look
finally filling in,
fantastic.
and she teaches me how to do
Yeah.
them, so I've been doing them. And anyway, she went to Disney. She was in Disney last night.
Yeah, she's there this week, and she saw
Chris Kirkpatrick and Joey Fatone.
what?
Oh my gosh, they were in Epcot. That's amazing.
I know. I really wanted to go, like, because we'll be there next week,
I know.
and I hadn't booked the trip yet, and I wanted to work it out so I could be there, but I wanted to go over the school break too. So
yeah,
it didn't
that's
work.
yeah, I get it. I totally get it.
But I really wanted to be there.
And I just listened. Sabrina sent me a video of it, and it's so good. It's
really
so
is.
good. It's so good to hear them. Like, oh my god, when they were on in Coachella or at Coachella,
Yes,
like that was like holy, like
that was
like
goosebumps.
I was like crying inside and
Yeah.
out.
Because it was inside and out.
Yes,
Because it was incredible.
it was one of those things that it's kind of like the New Kids on the Block reunion.
Mm-hmm.
One of those things that you think is never going to happen. And all of
Yep.
a sudden, bam, it happens. And you're like, OMG, this I never thought would happen.
Mm-hmm.
What else could happen?
Right.
That's what you're like, anything.
Anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
Anything.
We had Joey Fatone on the podcast.
Anything
what the hell?
is possible.
We had Donnie Wahlberg.
We had Johnny freaking Wahlberg.
I was just going to say that.
I mean, Donnie Wahlberg.
We had Shane McDermott.
Oh my God.
My like love of a lifetime. Well, no, Kevin's my love of a lifetime, but Shane in 89, 90, 91
91. Yeah, right
91?
around there. Yeah.
was my love of a lifetime.
So
Let's do lunch, Shane. Let's do it.
come up to Bangor.
Oh, that would be so nice. Not now though. Don't come
Come
now.
in the summer.
Yeah.
Your house will be done.
My house will be done. You can come to my house. We can hang out. Like my kids could babysit your kids, whatever.
We can have like a lobster feed.
Oh, that would
At
be
your
fun.
house.
You know what? I could take the picnic table and put it inside.
Yeah.
That's what you do with the lobster feed because you don't want to get it on your nice table.
No. Or if it's nice out, we can just sit outside.
True, because we've got the freaking porch I forget about all the time.
Right.
I've got a huge porch, you guys. Huge.
Is it built yet?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
I
it
can't
really?
wait to show you it.
I haven't, because the last time I went, I looked out that door, you would like fall to your death.
Oh my God. You're going to be like, holy.
Holy Hannah.
You are. You're going to just be like,
I can't wait to see.
I told Brooke she needs to come over tonight and see it because
Right.
everything's coming together. Like tomorrow, I've been waiting for this, you guys. We're getting water. Bad part is they're closing down part of Broadway and people are going to be pissed.
They are going to be pissed, but oh well.
You know what?
It's what it is.
We need water and we
Right.
need sewer, and there was an existing water main that we could hook up to. This is a long story. I will make it short, but we could hook up to the existing water main that was there when we built the house.
Right.
So we started building, yada yada, boop a doop a doop. Then the water district comes over and they're like, absolutely not. You need to like do a new one or whatever they're doing. So thousands and thousands of dollars later,
Oh my God.
not thousands and thousands, but thousands
right.
of dollars later.
That's
That's
crazy.
my pool.
Right.
So
Right.
rant over.
But you needed the water.
We needed the water.
And you know what?
so-
It happens just on Griffin Road, like a couple weeks ago, there's a new house being built, actually a couple. And they had it down to one lane during the morning commute time.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
And it was...
Oh, it's those houses.
It was kind of ridiculous, actually.
That's where my grandfather... where my grandfather lived.
Yeah, so I actually ended up... I sat through...
Oh my God,
I
bet they had...
8 light cycles.
Oh.
And then I was like, F this.
Oh.
And I went down Kandusky to Broadway and went the back way.
Yep. That's what people... They can still get to their destination. They're just going to have to take
They
Essex
just go
Street.
through, like, that neighborhood.
Right.
Or go back Essex.
Right.
It's fine. No big deal. NBD.
It's 2 days.
Right.
So, and it's on a Friday.
Oops.
Okay.
Oh, well. I mean, it's fine.
Right.
And you'll have water. And that's what's important.
Maybe I should post some pictures of my new house. Because I keep talking about it.
Yeah.
I'll post some pictures. I'll post some pictures once.
But not with your address on it.
No. Not that anybody would come see me, but...
No, but there's creepy creepersons on the internet.
You just don't know. You just
don't know. That's why they black out, license plates and stuff.
Yeah, and, when people are on YouTube and they have their packages, they block out they put a little shimmy shim on there.
Right. A shimmy shim.
Yeah.
Or they hold it strategically.
Yeah. Me, I'd be like, here it is. I don't even know what I'm doing. Here's my address. World. So we're doing this episode by candlelight again tonight.
Yes, because it smells heavenly.
Thanks to Napa Uncorked again for your candles. And we are still with the Cabernet.
Yes, because, we don't light candles a ton.
No.
But when we meet, it's nice to have the ambiance.
It is. It's a nice...
I know, we've had these candles for a long time,
you
guys.
Really have. We really have. And we just lit it for the first time last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just smells heavenly.
It does. It smells very good.
So.
Thank you, Napa Uncorked.
Thanks. We love it.
Speaking of NSYNC. Okay. Speaking of NSYNC. I think we need to talk about this. You called me the other day and you were like, I need to talk to you about something. And you were like, do you remember? What did you say?
So I said, do you remember a story of some kind back in the day, like 99, 2000?
Okay.
It was back in the day.
I'm here for it.
About NSYNC members, and it wasn't all of them. It was I think it was Lance. Definitely Lance. Mm-hmm. Definitely Chris. Either JC or Joey, but I'm feeling like it was JC.
Really? I'd feel it more with Joey.
No, I'm feeling like it was JC.
Because you wouldn't have been jealous if it was.
Exactly. Yeah. I wouldn't have been so hooked on it.
What?
Exactly.
So you tell me that you think about this story every time you eat a Marie Callender's meal.
Chicken pot pie. Or if I see it in the stores. Actually, what specifically brought it up?
I think that was catching on fire. I could smell rubber burning.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, what? Okay, there we go. Sorry, we almost had a fire here. Fire! Whoa!
Weird. So, what started it was, we don't eat, a lot of Marie Callender's frozen meals in my house. My dad used to get the pot pies.
The pot pies are amazing.
Sometimes, yes, they are.
Wait, are they the ones that have the broccoli in them and not the peas?
I don't know. I think they have peas.
Okay, there's a pot pie that I used to have that instead of peas had broccoli and it was amazing. But...
I don't know, but my dad used to buy them when they would be on sale. Mm-hmm. And this was a long time ago. But anyway, so Sadie has been, this is all over the place. Sadie has been collecting the Shopkins Real Littles.
They're amazing.
They're so cute.
They're adorable.
And we're working diligently she's working diligently on spending my money and getting all of the Real Littles. Well, they have one that's the Marie Callender's chicken pot pie.
Yes.
So I'm seeing it all the time because she's constantly playing with them. Every time I see it, I think of NSYNC and these girls that supposedly worked at an actual Marie Callender's restaurant.
Which I don't think they have them anymore.
I don't think so. And Marie Callender's was not a big frozen thing back then. It was fairly new to the frozen scene, I think. The frozen food scene. But I remember it was this restaurant called Marie Callender's, and it was out in like LA area, like Southern California, something. And they met these girls that worked there, and because they went to the restaurant, and they became friends with them. And like
That's like our
Lance
dream.
had like
That's
a
like our-
crush on one of them or something.
No, we didn't.
But we know that's not true. But it was like a thing, and like they had their phone numbers, and it was a thing on like NSYNC message boards back in the day.
Yes.
Of like message boards, like bulletin boards, like online bulletin boards.
Right.
And I remember this so vividly, and I remember this like I think about it all the time.
That's so funny.
It's one of those random things. And Nikki, when I asked her about it, she's like, at first you were like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. My memory is garbage lately. But then when you started talking about California, as soon as you said California, I was like, it was like immediately I'm in front of my computer, my Sony Vaio laptop.
Yes.
And I am, cruising the scene, cruising the NSYNC message boards. And yeah, we definitely read that story somewhere.
So first of all, I want to know, does anybody else remember the story?
Yeah.
Second of all, if you do, who are these girls?
Right.
Do you know
Did
them?
they even really exist?
Exactly.
Like, was this a legit story or was this not a legit
Was
story?
this like somebody like writing fan fiction and pretending it was real?
It may have been.
And it's totally cool if that's the case, because you know what? Like, whatever.
Right.
But I would love to know. Like,
yeah.
like maybe, I don't know. I'm just putting it out there in the universe. I want to know where these girls are.
Right.
Or if they're not like real, I want to know like if you made this up, tell us about it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because like who cares? And it's fun. I want to
Right.
hear all about it.
I do too. I live for this shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Arr!
It's fantastic.
It's the old internet days. And I did Google
the
search
old
a lot.
I did too.
And I couldn't find anything.
I couldn't find. Seriously, I Googled everything.
Mm-hmm.
I even Googled just like Marie Callender's California.
And
it
you
was
couldn't...
like, I couldn't find anything.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I don't even think I think I just found like frozen food stuff. I don't even think I found like a restaurant.
No, I don't think I did either. I was
like,
only coming up with like Marie
was there-
Callender's like frozen meals.
Was there even a restaurant?
There had to have been.
So weird.
I don't know.
Like, literally, I will Google right now. Marie Callender's restaurant.
Oh my gosh.
Marie Callender's restaurant. Okay, it's here. I didn't Google very well.
Oh yeah, I see it right here.
Yeah, okay.
It's on Yelp.
I must have not looked at Marie Callender's restaurant.
But here's the thing. Was this the one? Like, is there just one in Riverside, California?
It says Marie Callender's restaurant and bakery locations, California, Nevada, Utah.
Oh, okay.
So,
but like,
yeah.
Okay, side note.
Okay, I'm ready for it.
I'd actually really like to go here.
Yeah, that's fresh pot pie right there. It's not... Could you imagine if it's good frozen, how good it is fresh?
Like real?
Their mobile site kind of sucks, though.
Look at that pot roast perfection.
I'm a mobile site connoisseur.
You get a free slice of pie with each entree. Sign me up.
Look, their mobile site is non-existent.
I was just on a mobile site.
Well, all of a sudden I'm not on it.
That's weird. Maybe they need to hire you.
Hey, do it.
Like, I'm on that.
And Joey McIntyre, while you're at it, I will do your website. Seriously, dude. I want to. I'll do it for free.
Pro bono.
Seriously, I will live for this. Like, this will be my life's work. You know how, like, Picasso had his, like,
This is my life's greatest work right here.
This is my Mona Lisa. This is my Starry Night. Seriously. This is what I want. This is what I want in life.
Just did you join McIntyre's website?
Yeah.
So
Seriously, not even get paid for it. I don't care. Obviously.
I mean, you would take money.
Oh, hell yes, I would.
You're not a fool, but you would do it for free if the funds weren't there.
I would just take him saying, "You're my friend." Even if he didn't mean it. Hey, I'm being open and honest here. This is an open and honest forum. So
you are my friend.
Don't even tell me you guys wouldn't do something for them to be like, "You're my friend."
No, we couldn't. Nobody could.
Everybody would. They'd be like, "What can I do?
What can I do for you?"
Yes, to a certain extent, but
well, right. I mean,
there's things that we wouldn't do. The things we wouldn't do, but the things we would do, like that list is pretty large.
Like lifetime commitment to upkeep,
right?
Design of a website.
I'm not looking for any perks. I'm just looking for you to be like, "You're my friend,"
and you can just do the website.
Sad? A little bit.
Nah. I mean, it is what it is.
He doesn't even have to say I'm his friend. He just, seriously, don't even have to say that.
Just point.
Just be like, "You do my website." I'd be like, "Okay, cool. We good."
You want to come on the podcast? Oh, no. Okay.
Oh, yes, please. Come on, Joe.
I know, for real.
What's going on? Come on. I want you to come on. We just found a new way to get guests over the phone.
Yeah.
And it's a game changer. So I think that I'm doing an episode with Maria.
That's amazing.
And
that's going to be so cool.
Is when I'm going to try it. So I think it will be amazing.
We should intro.
Let's do it because
get into our episode.
Yeah, let's do it.
We got a lot to talk about.
We do have a lot to talk about.
This is Brooke.
And this is Nikki.
And this is my so-called whatever.
Hey.
This is the 80s and 90s show.
Not just that. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
This is a special Thanksgiving episode.
It is. And we're just going to talk
your
about
enjoyment.
For your pleasure.
Yes. We're going to talk about...
For pleasure use.
Oh, jeepers. Oh, don't go there.
So there is... I'm just going to say real quick. I work with somebody who works in the insurance department.
Okay.
And I have to laugh because when he's doing like homeowners insurance or like different types of insurance, like, I don't know, they do all different types of insurance. Every once in a while I'll hear him say, "Oh, is that for pleasure use?"
Oh, jeepers.
Because he needs to know if it's for like work.
Oh, or for pleasure.
Or for pleasure. So he'll just be like, "Oh, was that for pleasure use?" And every time I'm like, you need to not say that. Because that sounds weird.
Right. It just sounds weird. It just sounds off.
It does, but it's funny and it makes me laugh. So,
yeah.
So, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah. What should we talk about first?
So I thought, because, all right, Thanksgiving is upon us.
It is.
So 'tis the season when Thanksgiving, so Halloween's over.
Right.
The candy wrappers are all that is left in the pumpkin head.
Yes.
And you throw them away.
And the Snickers, because they're garbage.
Oh, so can I tell you? So Sadie found one last Snickers.
Oh.
I think it was last night, actually. We thought they were gone. We still have a ton of candy. One last Snickers. And you would have thought that it was like, that's that one last $100 bill. I
feel so bad that we threw away our Snickers.
And it was like, we were just... She split it in threes.
Oh, Sadie.
She's a sweet girl. And then Pete was like, "Oh, I don't need it," because he's weird and he like won't want a piece of a candy bar. I don't know.
Come
he just
on,
wants the whole thing.
Eat the Snickers.
I know, and I was like, "You eat that because your little girl made sure you got some," and he did.
Good,
happily. I mean, it was fine.
Right.
But yeah. So after all the candy's gone,
right,
Thanksgiving is upon us,
and then you know
it's coming.
You know it's coming. You know Christmas is coming. Or the holidays are coming.
But Thanksgiving is around the corner when you start seeing those advertisements pop up.
Oh,
for those Thanksgiving specials.
Oh, yes.
You know it.
Yeah. I mean, I think they've already happened. Some of them.
Okay, so I don't really follow along with like regular network TV anymore.
Me either, no.
Not with like Netflix and Hulu and all the stuff.
No.
And P.S. Disney Plus.
How is it? Do you love it?
I could sit in my home, hold up for a week, and not even touch all of the things I want to watch on it.
Are you serious? It's that much?
There's so much on it.
All right.
But you know what's not on it, and I'm very disappointed?
What?
The Mickey Mouse Club from that we know and love.
Okay.
It needs to be on it. I'm actually going to like write a letter.
Like MMC.
Yes.
Come on, MMC. Let's do this.
I am going to write a letter. But, anywho.
Yeah. I've got some stuff from Pinterest too, just so you know.
Oh, you've been Pinteresting?
I did, because, hey, that's what I do, you know? Like, that's how I get the ball moving and the juices flowing. I go on Pinterest.
The juices flowing?
Yeah.
So, I need to know what no, Nikki, I am not a note taker. I made an outline and I left it at home.
I am.
Nikki takes
over
notes.
the top.
Like, I can't. She takes notes where I don't. And I have a hard time following notes.
See, you're a better outliner. Like, I don't know how to write an outline. Like, I do, but I'm always afraid, like, I'll leave out something in my outline that I'll forget to include, because I always do. So when I outline stuff, it's more like a paper. So this is really not notes. It's really like a research paper.
So, which is why it's, like, we're so different.
Right.
Because I look at this and I get anxious. Like, we have to talk about everything.
It's not giving me anxiety just because...
Maybe because you did it.
I did it and I just did it.
Yeah.
So,
but let's talk about some of those Thanksgiving specials.
Okay.
From our childhood.
Sounds good.
So, the first one that I always think of course, I think is probably the one that everybody thinks of.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's Charlie Brown.
Right.
Because
it's an adorable story.
It's a classic.
It's an adorable story, and it makes me hate Peppermint Patty.
Me too. It makes me think that Peppermint Patty is a biatch.
Listen, Peppermint Patty, stop inviting people over to not your house.
Exactly. And also...
He already has plans.
Right! Don't be that kid.
If you didn't know, the preface of A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, I think that's what it's called. Yeah. It's from 1973. The preface is that Charlie Brown and Sally are preparing to go to their grandparents' house. And as they're preparing, or their grandmother's house, and as they're preparing to go, where's their parent to take them? I don't know. Peppermint Patty calls and says she's coming over for Thanksgiving, and she's like bringing over friends.
Yeah, Chuck.
Yeah.
And that's rude.
It is rude.
But
and then
also,
he's like scrambling. He's like, what am I going to... It's like, it's not your fault, Charlie Brown. This is her. Have her bring the Thanksgiving crap.
Or how about this? How about all y'all go to her house?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that. But what I do love, I love their meal. I have always, and I never have, and every year, like, I thought I could start like a tradition with Sadie, but she has no interest in this cartoon for some reason. Because kids these days are different.
My kids didn't either.
But I've always wanted to sit down to a meal of jelly beans and popcorn and buttered toast.
Yep. And an ice cream sundae.
Yeah. It's just so cute.
It is. It's adorable. Especially the butter toast part. Like,
yes.
Gotta have butter toast at Thanksgiving.
I like how Snoopy and Woodstock are doing it together.
Yeah. Teamwork. It's the dream work.
It's just so cute how it all comes together. But
yeah, so they end up, as all these Thanksgiving specials come about, they end up coming together, and who is it? Linus that reads the Thanksgiving
It's always
story.
Linus.
It's always his, because he always,
Linus is the old soul.
Right, he's like, let me bring this all together with this story for you all.
Right.
And so he talks about the Thanksgiving story, tells a quick Thanksgiving story, and then Charlie Brown's like, listen, I am running late to my grandmother's, so I need to make a phone call and let her know that we're late. And so he calls her, and she's like, oh, bring your whole crew. But here's the problem, Charlie Brown. You forgot Snoopy and Woodstock. What the hell, dude?
But that's okay, because they had their own meal.
They did, but still.
Snoopy actually had quite the spread.
I know. And where was that when they were preparing for the Thanksgiving feast?
That's what I always wondered. Snoopy was holding out. He was a sly devil.
He really was. He was like, this is mine. I know that all y'all are going to leave, and I'm going to need some food. So that is A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving from 1973.
So another one that I always remember is the Garfield Thanksgiving.
Oh my God. I did not like it.
Why?
I never liked because I felt bad that they were putting him on a diet. And like, I'm just going to say it, like, not to be the Debbie Downer, but diets, like, with me growing up, it was always like a thing. Like, it was always a thing. So when Garfield had to be put on a diet, I was like, poor Garfield. Low carb, low fat. That sucks, dude. Especially like Thanksgiving's right around the corner.
Right. That does suck, dude.
And like this, like John, I rewatched this one.
Yeah.
Even though I don't like it. John is a weird one. Like he's different.
John is different. No, I didn't rewatch the Thanksgiving, but I did watch the Halloween one.
Mm-hmm,
I tried to watch it with Sadie. I ended up just watching it by myself.
Yeah.
No, John is a bit of an odd duck.
He is. And he had the hots for the veterinarian.
John was always trying to get it.
Brooke Elizabeth.
He was. That's what John did. He was always a bachelor and he was always trying to get it.
Yeah.
From wherever he could. And I mean, he just couldn't. He didn't have it. He didn't have that in him.
No.
I mean, I feel kind of bad for him. He was probably frustrated.
Well, I started to feel like anxious for him when he's like, I got 3 hours to prepare. And I'm like, dude, you didn't thaw out the turkey. Like what? And then we find out that, and then, oh, you know what bothers me about this whole thing once again?
What's that?
So John, the whole preface of this, again, Garfield's on a diet. John has the hots for the veterinarian, if you didn't already know. I say veterinarian, really weird. And he invites the veterinarian to come over for Thanksgiving. Garfield's pissed because he doesn't like the veterinarian because she put him on a diet.
Right.
But then she changes her mind because she said he's like showing symptoms of... She told him what the symptoms were and he faked it. And so she was like, you're off the diet for Thanksgiving. And he's like, yay. And he gives her a big kiss. And John's like, meanwhile, like trying to like put together a Thanksgiving dinner that he's totally unprepared for. Like, dude, do some research. I know you're a bachelor, but do some research. But
read a book.
But this again came out in 1989.
Right.
So like A Woman's Place wasn't in the kitchen. You know, there's working women.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, men, you need to learn how to cook.
Right.
But John takes the easy route and calls his grandmother. And she comes and she fixes everything. But then you see them eating Thanksgiving dinner. Where's grandma? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. What the hell? Seriously.
I have like this cough, but also I'm laughing and it's aggravating the cough.
Oh gosh.
But I never
anyway.
I haven't watched it for so long. I just always remember it being on.
I just don't like people getting left out. And I know I thought this as a kid. Like I was like, wait, hold up.
Well,
they did all that work for you.
And then where is she?
Yeah. Not at the table when they're all holding hands. She wasn't there.
Where'd she go, though?
I don't know. She just like up and left.
Didn't
John was like, leave.
Get out. And honestly, as far as when I was a kid and Thanksgiving specials, that's all I remember.
Really?
I didn't watch any other Thanksgiving specials.
So I looked up a bunch of Thanksgiving specials. And I'm not going to go over all of them.
Because I didn't, like, none of these, I didn't watch.
Here are the ones I remember. These are the ones that I remember.
Okay.
I remember the This Is America, Charlie Brown, because I was like,
okay, I remember that.
This is a history lesson.
Yes, I remember that and turning it off.
Yeah.
I remember that and I remember turning it off and that's it.
It's from 1988. And basically they go through the whole Thanksgiving story from the Mayflower to Plymouth Plantation to Thanksgiving with Native Americans.
To me, it was the fake Charlie Brown Thanksgiving special.
It's like, why are you... Well, they have this series. Did you know this?
Yes.
They have this series to teach kids about America.
Yeah, and I was on into it.
And it's called This Is America, Charlie Brown. Like, that's the whole thing. And this was called This Is America, Charlie Brown, ... The Mayflower Voyagers. this was the only one I ever watched. And I don't think I watched it all the way through. It was just kind of playing in the background. And I feel like I was at my grandparents' house because for some reason that's what I remember.
I remember it from my grandparents' house. And just because, like, that's where we were.
Right.
So much.
Right.
But I remember others, but I didn't watch them. I feel like I remember seeing them at, like, somebody at a yard sale. And they were on one day. Like, I don't know if they had, like, a video of it. And it was, like, playing. Like, we'll put this on for the children. And we were like, no, thank you.
Yeah. Hard pass. So the other one I remember is the Care Bears surprise. And I don't like, this is called the Care Bears Graham Bear surprise. Graham Bears Thanksgiving surprise. I think they meant Cher Bear, but I don't know, because Cher Bear is like involved in this one, and she like comes down to earth on her cloud, and there's this boy who's like in need, and she like wants him to have a happy Thanksgiving. His name was Tony.
Nice. His name was Tony?
Yep.
Oh. No, I don't remember that whatsoever.
I remember bits and pieces of it only because I read about it and I was like, yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
And the last one that I remember is Thanksgiving in the Land of Oz. This was a crazy one because I don't know where I watched it, but I don't think that. So basically what happened is they created this movie as like a mashup, if you will, of all of the Wizard of Oz books. I got all this information from The Hungry Reader on YouTube. And it was really interesting. So basically what he said was they combined all 6 Oz books into this movie. Like there's stuff happening from every single book.
I don't even know what the Oz books are.
Like the Wizard of Oz books?
I know that the Wizard of Oz is a movie.
They were books by Brom. I can't remember his name.
Before it was a movie?
Correct, yeah. They're old books. And
I'm not familiar.
So, anyway, basically what they did was they created this movie and they're like, you know what we should do?
Oh, God.
We're going to put a little Thanksgiving twist on it. So they just, like, inserted, like, Thanksgiving stuff.
I feel like that's never a good idea.
Like, it was very weird. And then they decided, hey, we want this movie, like, without the Thanksgiving stuff. So we're going to like remove most of the Thanksgiving references, but not all of them. And we're going to rename it to Dorothy in the Land of Oz.
Oh, that's odd.
So that's a little
weird.
That's a little history for you on Thanksgiving in the Land of Oz from 1980.
I've never even heard of it. Never heard tell.
Yep. So, I mean, there's a ton of other cartoons. Like I wrote down like the Simpsons one and I don't remember Pooh Corner's Thanksgiving. I do not remember that from 1983. I do remember A Mouse in the Mayflower. And that's old. That's from like 1968.
Was that a book?
I feel like it was. And I feel like it was something that we would watch at school. Like The Mouse in the Mayflower.
Maybe. I feel like I remember a book being named that. I could be wrong. It could be something totally different.
I also feel like we watched the Thanksgiving that almost wasn't. And that's from 1972. Because I rewatched it. I'm like, I've seen this. And then, of course, there's the older ones like Doug's Thanksgiving and Rugrats Thanksgiving. But, I mean, and the Bearstein or Bernstein or whatever, however you...
I
Bearstein.
say the Berenstain Bears.
That's what I say, because they're bears.
Right.
It's a play on words.
Right. Berenstain Bears.
They meet Big Paw. And Big Paw, they have some kind of Thanksgiving feast with Bigfoot. Okay, cool.
That is a stretch.
I don't know if I remember it. I feel like I do, but I don't. And then I'm like...
I do not.
So, anyway, that's the kids' Thanksgiving breakdown for you.
Now... The only, like, okay, so we're talking about TV shows and all that. The only show that I remember or, like, actively know of that I've watched and remember and seen, like, time and time and time again, over and over and over again, are Friends.
Right,
and
Friends
the Thanksgivings. Because they're classics.
Right.
And that's it. I don't remember Thanksgiving specials for other ones.
I remember these. And I remember a lot of them so well.
Yes.
Like, so well.
I have gone
Like
and specifically rewatched them.
Well, not the Friends ones. I don't remember all the Friends ones. Well, I do now because I've seen them, but I
Right.
remember them from seeing them now. I'm talking about like other Thanksgiving specials that are like TV,
Like Thanksgiving episodes.
right? Like, let's do a take on Thanksgiving.
So I don't remember many of them. Like, I definitely remember Full House
Yeah,
because I've seen it so many times.
yeah,
But I really don't remember many Thanksgiving special episodes.
yeah.
Probably because, not that I didn't watch them, it's just that I didn't rewatch them like I do with Friends.
Right.
Or like I have with Friends through the years.
The only ones that I like really, 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 really remembered
Yeah.
were the Cheers Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I remembered that because they had a food fight. That's why I remember it.
Yeah.
And the Who's the Boss Thanksgiving, because I remember that very well because Angela was very jealous of the girl that kissed Tony.
Oh, wow. So that stood out to you.
Yes. So I was like,
You were
whoa.
like, what?
And they went to Brooklyn for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so like, but it was very much like we wait hand and foot on the men, and Angela wasn't having that.
No, because you know why? She was a modern woman.
She was a modern woman.
I loved that show.
That was a great show.
That was a great show.
And-
She is a successful businesswoman
Yes.
and
Raising a child on her own.
right, single mom.
She can do it.
And who does she have move in as the hired help? Tony Maselli.
A man.
And
he is not,
and there's your show.
and he's a tall drink of water right there.
How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing,
And-
Mr. Maselli?
And in this episode, I can't remember, like Mona, I think she was like in the parade or something, and she was like reminiscing about her being in a parade or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mona.
Because you know how Mona always was. Like,
Yeah.
She was always like glory days,
Yeah,
like back in the day.
and she was out like she was very like hot to trot.
Right.
She passed away recently.
Oh, that's right. She did.
I always liked her. I only
She's a very
ever knew
classy
her.
lady.
Yes, I only ever knew her from Who's the Boss. I know she was very famous in other things, but
I want to talk a lot about Friends, so we'll save that.
yeah.
But you don't remember the elf Turkey in the Straw. Like, I didn't remember that very well until I actually watched it.
So here's the thing with Elf. I remember an Elf, I remember watching an Elf Thanksgiving episode, but I don't remember the episode.
Okay.
But I remember watching an Elf Thanksgiving episode.
Okay.
But that's all. That's
if I
it.
tell you about it, let's see
Well,
if you
I was
remember.
just reading about it,
Oh, okay.
and I don't remember that. But maybe if I saw it,
Yeah, it was like,
it's weird.
it was a homeless guy that Elf was helping secretly. Like, he didn't know Elf was helping him. And then the homeless guy was like, oh, he's an alien. I'm going to report him. And it was like two parts. So you were like on the edge of your seat. Are they going to report Elf? Oh, gosh. Then it comes down to he does report him to get a reward. But then he realizes that they're going to do really bad things to him, to Elf. So he says, he pretends he's the alien. And they're like, sir, don't call here again.
Oh, I don't remember that. But
It's an all happy story.
but what did he think they were gonna do with him?
I don't know. He just wanted
I'm
the
gonna
money.
call and report him and get some money.
He just wanted the money.
Oh wait, they're gonna do things to him?
Probably dissect him.
Probably.
We
no.
saw Area 51 footage.
No, we did.
Well, it's like that footage they always show on TV.
Oh.
I haven't seen like real footage.
I would like to see real footage. No. You know, I don't really remember anything.
The Married with Children one was a freaking riot. And I remembered that one. After I watched it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that show. Because I would watch it. That was the one show I would watch with my family. Was Married with Children.
I remember watching. I mean, I watch Married with Children all the time. I don't remember this episode.
So the basis of it was that Al really loved these pies that this woman made. Auntie May, I think, or Auntie Maddie, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So every Thanksgiving, he would go and get one of these pies.
Mm-hmm.
He goes to get the pie, and they're like, yeah, she's at the church. So
I'm kind of remembering it.
so he goes to the church, and he brings his friend with him that he made. That's like, go to the church. Pops in. They go down, and she's dead. They're wheeling her in on the casket.
Oh, I don't remember that part.
And so he's like talking about the pies, and because they're like, "How do you know her?" And he was like, "That buttery bottom," and they and then there's like some like ex NFL player that's like her nephew or something like that. That's like put into the
Mix.
show, yeah. And like this whole time they're like, "We've got one pie left that we want to take and have." Like, in remembrance.
Like, right. In her honor.
Right. And Al's like, oh, hell no. I want that pie. So, long story short, he takes off with the pie. And he gets it. But while this is all going on, Kelly, like, finds a turkey. And she brings it home. Marcy's husband.
Which husband?
The new husband.
Jefferson?
Yes, Jefferson.
Jefferson Darcy.
Yes, Jefferson Darcy. He and Bud are like trying to kill the turkey. And so they corner the turkey and so is Peg. And so they get up into they get Kelly up in her bedroom upstairs. And they're like, just bring the turkey out. And she was like, turkey, go free, fly. And she threw it out the window. Turkeys don't fly.
No,
So
I kind of remember that.
Yes, remember? And so it hits the ground.
It was like thud.
And then they decide to
Eat it?
eat it.
Yeah, I remember that.
They're going to eat it, and this little boy comes in. He's like, I heard you have my turkey. And she tries to explain to him his dead, and he goes, I wanted to kill it. So he grabs the turkey and runs.
Oh.
So then they have no turkey. So then Al comes in, and he's got the pie. He's going to eat it all by himself, though.
Oh, okay.
And Auntie Maddie or whoever it was like, came to him in like a vision, was like, you know what you're supposed to do with that pie. You're supposed to share it with your family. And 'tis a very Bundy Thanksgiving.
So he shared it with his family?
He did. That was the end.
That was very nice of Al Bundy.
And he shared it with Jefferson and Marcy because Jefferson forgot to order a turkey. So they didn't have any food either.
Oh, okay. Jefferson, you screw up.
So that was the episode in less than 3 minutes.
Wow. I kind of remember it. I remember the turkey part falling, and I remember something about a pie.
Yeah. So that's really it. I mean, I really wanted Kevin to come on and talk about the Seinfeld episode, but he's not here.
Yeah.
But because I thought he would think that was cool.
I don't
remember it. I don't remember it. But when I started talking to him. So Friends always had a Thanksgiving.
Yes, they always had really good Thanksgiving episodes.
Okay, what was your favorite?
Okay. This is hard. But I think my favorite Thanksgiving episode, I don't know.
I love the Brad Pitt one because that's the one I do remember actually watching.
Yeah. I remember actually watching that because there was so much hype about it.
Yeah,
Because he was going to be on the show.
Right, exactly.
But I love the one with like I don't remember what it was called.
Okay.
I'm going to look up the name of the episode because it's going to bug me.
Okay.
But it was like the Truth Day one.
Is that the one where they went back, like they had the video and watched the video?
No.
But that was the Thanksgiving one, right?
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ross wanted to take Rachel to the prom. Was that it?
I don't know if that was Thanksgiving, but okay. The one where Ross got high. That's my favorite one.
Okay.
That's the one where Rachel makes the beef trifle.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And there's that whole part because like Monica and Ross's parents are there for Thanksgiving. They don't know that Chandler is living with Monica.
Right.
They don't know that Monica, or they don't know that Ross and Rachel got married.
Oh
and
my
divorced,
gosh, that's right.
And Phoebe's in love with Jacques Cousteau. And Rachel made this awful trifle. And they go through, it's just hilarious.
That's a really good one.
And at one point, I always think of it as the Truth Day one, because at one point in the episode, Ross says to Monica something about like, this is Thanksgiving, not Truth Day. But that's also where they found out that Ross got high. That it wasn't Chandler.
Oh, because he blamed Chandler.
He blamed Chandler.
That's right. And his parents didn't like Chandler because of it.
Exactly.
Oh.
So when they found out about them living together, they were like, not, whatever.
Yeah.
But then Rachel told them the truth. And then Hurricane Gloria didn't break the porch swing. Monica did. Like, they just like kept telling on each other.
Yes, yes.
And it was funny because then their mom in the end is like, Chandler, you've stood by our family for years. You helped Ross through his drug problems. So that is probably my favorite thing.
That's a really good one. That is a really, really good one.
That's the one that I will continuously like watch. I'll always watch it.
I loved all the Thanksgiving ones.
It's just such a good show.
It is. And I like it now. And I did realize though I have watched a lot more Friends than I thought I did.
Yeah.
So
it's one of those things I feel like even like without even trying, you've seen it.
Right.
It's just on.
Right.
So
yeah. So I shared a video with Brooke.
Oh my God. Yeah, you did.
Thanksgiving 1989.
It was amazing.
I think I will cut it up a little bit, so it's just me.
Yeah,
and I will put it on our website.
This was like if there is this, it's just like let me try that again. It was like a snapshot in time.
It really was.
If you cut it, like if you kind of edit it so it's just you, perfect. But
I got to get the cans, like the soda cans.
Yeah.
And like certain things, like
just the conversation at the table.
Tell them about the conversation, because I didn't know. I didn't hear the conversation.
You guys, this was amazing because I'm watching this video, and of course, like I know and remember everyone in this video, and except for Sankey. I would Sankey.
Totally share it if my family wasn't so weird about it.
But it's your right. No,
they're weird about it, so I'm not going to share all of it, but I will share parts of it.
But like, here you are, it's Thanksgiving with your grandparents and your parents and your sister and her husband, who I don't know, were they married at the time?
Yes.
Okay, and your uncle, your great uncle.
Yes, Sankey.
And it was so precious. Like, you're all sitting around the table, and Gus has his gold hoop.
Yes, he does.
And your sister has that fabulous 80s hair.
Yes, she does.
And it's so like, and then the conversation. So you guys.
I don't remember the conversation, so you have to tell me what they were talking about.
Okay, so at one point, I hear someone talking about waterbeds.
What?
Yeah, so I don't know. Someone brought up something about waterbeds, and they're talking back and forth, and your mom says, well, so-and-so, I don't know what the name was, so-and-so said that her electric bill went up $5 a month. And Gus said something about waterbeds. And then all like in the same breath, what did they move on to? It was like, I texted you.
It was nylons.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Or that was before.
That was before. That was when you were trying on your new school clothes.
Oh.
And your nan said something about you wearing nylons with that.
Oh.
You were in 4th grade.
Yes, I was.
Nylons.
My mom was so mean in that one. I'm just saying that. I don't care. She was mean to me.
In that particular one?
Yes.
So I will say, listening to your mom talk to you, though, in some parts, I'm like, that's how I talk to Sadie sometimes.
But my mom would be like, stop being so foolish.
I've said that before.
And I have to admit, you guys, I was a pretty foolish kid.
Yeah, you were.
What were
you doing with your tongue?
I don't know. I don't know what I was doing, but I was annoyed by myself. And I'm sitting there watching this with Bryn and Brody. And Brody was like, Mommy, you're kind of off the wall. And I was like, yeah, I was kind of annoying. Like, you don't realize like how well, and here's the thing. I was surrounded by adults.
You were literally, quite literally surrounded by adults. You had no kids with you.
Nobody really wanted to talk to me or make conversation or play with me. You know, they were just they wanted to have their own Thanksgiving. And so I was like, give me the camcorder. Oh, lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I'm sure, like, I grew up, like, I had a brother who was close in age to me and cousins that were close in age to me. So I didn't have that experience.
Right.
But I am positive that if there are other people listening that were either, if they were only children or if there was like a big age gap like you had.
Yeah.
That had the exact same experience as
I want to hear it. I want to hear your experience.
Because I promise you, because it's not like they didn't want to relate or try, but like some people don't know how to.
Yeah. I think Gramp was really the only one in Sankey. They were really the only ones.
You know what I realized?
What's that?
Gramp was silent.
He was very, very, very not talkative.
Like, he didn't speak.
No. And when he did talk like this, he was like, we're low.
Oh. So it was Waterbeds and Mr. Wizard.
Mr. Wizard?
Yes. It was in the waterbed conversation. Something about your mom talked about how the electric bill went up $5 a month.
Oh my gosh.
And then Gus said something about seeing something on the TV, and then your mom piped up on Mr. Wizard. And
I would always watch that in the morning. By
yeah,
the way.
Because Mr. Wizard must have done something with electricity and heat and something, and so they got talking about Mr. Wizard, and I was watching this on my phone, and Pete was sitting next to me. He wasn't really paying attention, but I said to him, "I'm watching this video. It's from 1989, and they're talking about it's Nikki's family talking about Mr. Wizard and waterbeds. Kids these days would have no idea,
no clue.
They'd think that you were high."
Yeah, what's a waterbed? Who's Mr. Wizard?
What's Mr. Wizard?
Is he like Harry Potter?
He is cooler than Harry Potter.
Mr. Wizard.
I said it.
But Mr. Wizard did not give an F.
No, he did not.
I love that video where he's a jerk. Mr. Wizard, he's a wicked jerk to the kids.
Oh, I don't remember.
He's like
I don't
mean.
know that I've seen
Oh my
it.
gosh. I will put it on our page. It's like Mr. Wizard doesn't take any shit or something like that.
I gotta watch it. Okay.
It's really good.
I'm gonna pull it up so I don't forget.
It's really, really good. But yeah, that brought back a lot of memories of that's what I needed. I needed like a flash in time to like remember Thanksgivings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was an awkward one. That was a very different one. That was very different than our normal Thanksgiving.
What, like, did you say it was awkward? Or?
It was weird because there were people there that I didn't know very well.
Who was the man? Was there another man there?
So yes, that was Nan's sister. So we were at Nan's sister's house, but she wasn't there.
Did she work?
No, I don't know where she was. I have no idea. But I do remember one Thanksgiving, she got like a foreign exchange student and...
Okay.
Yeah, she got a foreign exchange student that went to the University of Maine.
Oh, okay.
And lived with her. And like, she had Thanksgiving with us. And I thought she was really nice to me. Like, she was my companion.
Oh,
like,
well, that's nice.
Yes. I can't remember, like, her name was Sue, or it was like a very like common older name.
Yeah.
And so that was like, I think the Thanksgiving after or before. It was probably the one like before.
Near there.
And normally I asked my sister, what did we do before we went to Aunt Mary's house? Because we didn't go to Betsy's because Betsy wasn't married to her current husband.
Yeah.
And Kim was like, we went to Nan's. And I was like, oh, I don't remember that. I have no memories at all of having Thanksgiving dinner at my grandmother's house. Like none.
Wow, huh?
I just got a flash of like the kids' table. That was like one of those card tables that you like traded stamps in for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
The white ones with the metal around it. You guys know what I'm talking about. But like after that, we always went to my aunt's house, which is my mom's twin sister. And we have gone there for years and years and years. And last year was the first year that I didn't have Thanksgiving with my family.
What'd you do?
I went to my friend Robin's house.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
We almost always went to my grandparents' house, my dad's parents.
Okay.
I do remember a couple times, like one year we went to my Aunt Mayna's, and then another year we went to my other grandmother's. I'm sure more than one. I just don't remember because I was so little.
But normally it was your dad's
I
grandparents?
felt like normally we went to my dad's parents.
Your dad's parents, yeah.
Yeah, my grandparents. And my grandmother could make, I mean, she made the best Thanksgiving dinner.
Really?
The
Was it
best.
just her?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
We would, I mean, I say we. I wouldn't help. I was a child.
Right. But your mom would help.
Like my mom and my aunts would help with a little bit, but like we'd get there and everything would be done. Like not done, but like she had her own system.
Right. She had been working on this like probably since the day before or even prior to that.
Right. Like she'd make pies.
So cool.
Her rolls.
Oh, I bet they were to die for.
Her rolls. She had the best yeast rolls. And I have her recipe. My dad has her recipe. Like we've tried to make them, and it's just not the same.
They just don't come out the same.
They don't rise. Like I don't know. There was some kind of magic that she has always had to make.
Did you ask her?
Yeah, you can ask her all day long, but
she just doesn't know. It's like Nan and her apple pie.
Yeah, you just don't.
It's like what else are you putting in this?
Like what are you doing? Like what is different?
Right.
And she's just been making them for her whole life.
Right.
So, no, they were amazing. And
so was it just you and your brother that were like the kids that were there?
For a long time, yeah.
Really?
And then, because my dad is the oldest of 4. And then once his 2 younger brothers started having kids, but they were younger. There was like, I was 10 years old.
Yeah.
When they started having kids.
Okay.
So me and my brother were like the old kids.
So you were like my sister to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I never sat at the kids' table.
Yeah.
When there was a kids' table, it was when there were 4 of those little ones. And me and Bo sat at the adult table.
The only time I remember that is like at Nan's house.
Yeah.
And I think it was because like I was little.
Yeah.
And probably like my sister probably sat with me and Scott.
Yeah.
So what do you do now?
So now I go to my parents' house.
That's nice.
Yeah. It's perfect. I love it.
That's nice.
And I help my mom with whatever I can help with. Usually she just has me bring rolls because, again, nobody can make rolls.
Yeah.
So I buy them. I order them.
That's
and
good.
I pick them up that morning. And I'll make a pie or something. But I think the last time we went to my grandmother's was a few years ago. But she's in like a senior living center now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because she was in the hospital for a while, and
Yeah.
now they've moved her to like assisted living.
Yeah.
And which is the best for her, and she's
It
right
really
in
is.
Bangor.
Oh, good.
So it's nice because she's easy to visit.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's what we did. And one thing I always remember, though, not when we would eat at my grandmother's house, but I remember having Thanksgiving dinner at my other grandparents and then also at my aunt's.
Mm-hmm.
We would eat really early.
Oh.
Like we would eat dinner not at dinner time.
Okay.
At like 1 or 2.
That's what we usually eat. That's what time we
That's what we
usually
do.
eat. Yeah.
Always have. And then we like hang out and like spend
fun.
a lot, like spend the afternoon. And this goes for other holiday meals too, not just for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But like Christmas, Easter, and all that. I feel like often I remember them ordering pizzas later.
That's fun.
Like dinner time.
See, I wish I had that.
Like
I really do.
like they'd order pizza for the kids.
Yeah.
Like they'd get a couple cheese pizzas.
Right.
And we would play Nintendo and eat pizza. So like I have that memory.
That's fun.
It was fun.
That's
it was
so
fun,
much
and it's
fun.
kind of like a neat memory to look back on. And I wish that Sadie like had cousins that were her age because
Yeah.
she doesn't. I mean, you know, Cameron's older than her
Right.
by, you know, almost 10 years.
Right.
But that's okay. We do our own traditions and we, you know, try to make it fun and do what we can. But
I never had anybody to do the wishbone with. So Grandpa would always do it with me.
oh, my brother and I always did the wishbone.
And Nan would always want to dry it out first.
Yeah.
So then we had to do it like the next week.
Yeah. So we would
Anybody else have that?
yeah. I remember us trying to do it when it wasn't dried out and it was like
Not
it
easy.
didn't work.
But Grandpa would always do it with me.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
I remember taking it home.
Yeah. That's what they would send it. They would send it with Nan.
Yep.
And because I would be at Nan's house.
Yep.
And we would do it. Grandpa and I would be like, all right. And I'd always win.
My brother always won.
But like, it's such luck though. Like
It is luck.
And Grandpa would like somehow finagle himself so that when I pulled it, it would.
I
think
break
maybe
in your
one
favor.
time it didn't break in my favor. And he was
Yeah.
like, oh, I wish we could do a redo.
Oh,
He was a man of few words, but I'll tell you, the words he did speak
we're special.
He was a good man.
I remember my parents bringing it home and right over the sink, like the tab that locks the window. I remember
Yeah.
they'd hang it on that tab
Hey!
and let it dry out.
Yep. That's
So,
cool.
Did you watch the Thanksgiving Day parade?
I did. I do remember watching that. That was like a big deal while we were getting ready.
Yep.
And my mom would be like, Nicole, it's time to watch the parade. It's on. Sometimes I would be like into it. Other times not so into it.
Yeah.
I was into it when New Kids on the Block were on it.
Hell yeah.
I can remember watching that.
Yep.
I can remember watching NSYNC.
Yep.
I can
Oh my
remember.
God.
I can totally remember that. But here's the thing about the Thanksgiving Day parade. I always get cringy when they sing because they're not singing.
Because it's lip syncing.
And I know
it's
that's what
obvious.
I know it's what they have to do. Like, I get it. Like, I
Yeah.
understand. But it's still cringy, guys. Like,
It is. No, it's very cringy.
it's just like, we all know you're not singing, but you are. So it's like, you may as well just like wave. Like, don't even sing. Just like,
Don't pretend.
or just dance.
Right. No, that's true. Like, we know you're not singing. You know we know you're not singing.
Right.
So why sing?
Right.
I have actually seen, and I can't think of an example. Maybe 98 Degrees.
Did they sing? They actually sang?
No.
Oh.
But like one of them was like, I'm not playing this game, and didn't lip sync.
We gotta find
I
that.
don't know if it was 98 Degrees. I could be
I
making
feel like
up.
it would because they were on like twice, I believe.
But I feel like it was somebody that maybe it was Backstreet Boys. Maybe it was one of the Backstreet Boys. I don't know. But it was somebody, and they were like, nah, I'm not going to pretend. I'm just going to wave and smile.
Funny. That's funny.
I would sit and watch it.
The whole thing?
Until we had to leave.
So, do you know if they reuse the same, like, because I guess it's like a big deal
balloons?
to like introduce a new balloon?
It is a big deal. It's a huge deal.
Did not ever know that.
Oh, that's it. That was a huge deal.
So
I would get
did they
excited for new
retire
balloons.
one of them and introduce a new one? Sometimes?
Sometimes, yes.
How do they decide which one they're going to retire?
Well, if it's old, I mean, and if it's not working as it should, or
Okay.
if, that's probably how they do it.
Okay.
But sometimes they introduce new balloons that have nothing to do with the one that was retired, or just like a new balloon. Like, hey, here's our new Doc McStuffins balloon.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a Doc McStuffins balloon,
Right, but it's like,
but yeah,
it's very random sometimes too. You're like, oh,
yes,
I thought they already had a Snoopy balloon. Like, or I mean, Snoopy always did have a balloon.
yeah,
But like, you see one, you're like, oh, that's new.
or like, oh, that's the thing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like Betty Boop. Wasn't that like a newer balloon?
Maybe it was
And
probably
you
to
were
celebrate
like,
some kind of like anniversary,
Oh,
like
probably. I didn't think about that.
50th birthday or
Yep.
something.
Yep.
So that's when
And I
they
always,
usually tie it into something.
I always loved Willard Scott because he would do
Yes.
the Thanksgiving Day parade.
Yes.
And how's he doing? I wonder.
I don't know.
Is he still introducing like the people who are like 100? No, you're
Like
fine.
the Smucker's birthday.
Yes, I love those.
I don't know if he
I always
is.
wanted Nan to make it to that.
Oh,
Always. So I was reading about, like, because you know me, I like to see if there's any catastrophes. And
Oh, yes.
there was, in 1993, it was really, really windy, and they had a Sonic the Hedgehog float, and it flew into a light pole and, like, collapsed. And as it collapsed, this is how, like, heavy it was. It took down
Oh.
a lamppost, and it injured a child and an officer.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's sad.
So I think that was the end of Sonic, probably.
Probably.
Maybe not, though. You just never know. I didn't do any
Sonic
further.
the Hedgehog's 35th birthday.
I didn't do any further research. There was something I wanted to ask you.
Ask me?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Did your family ever decorate for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Did you by any chance have any of these?
Not those specifically.
Okay, because the turkey one, I believe in the Pilgrim ones, they're like that popcorn, that like waxy popcorn.
Yeah.
Like we had a Santa one too. But like I saw these and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. Like we'd have the window clings, we'd have the cornucopia, we'd have the little gourds.
Yes. So we would have, like, my mom, like, the gourds and stuff would carry over from Halloween.
Yep.
Like, fall season.
Turn it around if you drew a jack-o'-lantern on it.
Exactly.
That's what my mom would do.
So we didn't have, like, window clings. But do you remember the window, like, decorations that you would put tape up on the window?
No.
We had those for every season. They were probably really inexpensive.
I don't remember the ones that you put tape on the window.
Like, and we would, I mean, they wouldn't have to go in the window.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, we had turkeys. My mom would put them in the picture window.
We had, like, white. It was almost like it was plastic. And you'd
Cling it. That sounds fancy. That sounds a little bougie.
But you'd
That
always...
was probably too bougie for us.
But you always reuse it.
Yeah, nope. That was too bougie for us.
I think they got them with those stamps. Because my nan used to collect the stamps. Like,
Yeah.
she would get everything with stamps.
So these, I don't know, like you...
Probably got them at Porches.
Pork chops. I don't know where they would have come from.
Right.
I never saw my mom buy them. I just know we always had them. And we had them for every season. Every holiday.
St. Patrick's Day. Valentine's Day.
Every holiday. They were these, like, cardboard... It was like they were printed on, like, oak tag.
Nice.
And you would tape it up. And then you would have to take it down and carefully rip off the tape or just fold it over and reuse it.
Okay.
I think they're probably really, really, really inexpensive.
But they were cool.
And it's probably what my parents could afford when we were really, really little.
And you just kept the tradition going.
Yes. They don't use them now. But when I was a kid, they did.
That's cool.
My mom still has, like, you know, when you're a kid and you make like the turkey hands.
Yeah.
And you do that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when my brother and I were in maybe kindergarten, we had the same kindergarten teacher, separate years, but same teacher. So she did the same project.
Oh.
And it was this like, and maybe it wasn't kindergarten. Maybe my mom just had us make these at home. I don't know.
I have them from Brit and Brody.
But they're plastic, but they're not the hands.
Oh.
They're cups. They're little like Dixie cups.
Oh, cute.
And
do the turkey feet hang over?
no.
Okay.
So they stand up straight. Picture it like you could put like something in it.
Okay.
They stand up and we cut out turkey faces, colored in the beak with crayons and like the gobbler and eyes and glued it to the front and then cut out feathers and it's all in the back.
That's so cool.
And then it has like a thing around the bottom that holds it all together. My mother still has these.
That's really cool.
She's had them for, 30 plus years.
That's amazing. I love stuff like that.
33 years, 34 years. And it's so cute to look at mine and then my brother's. Because I was always a perfectionist when it came to art projects.
That's
and my
so
brother,
cute.
not so much. He gave it a B for effort.
That's like Brit and Brody.
But one is like sloppy, and then the other one is like picture perfect.
Brody's is like scribble. I'm doing the bare minimum. Here you go. And Bryn's is like
pristine.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's cute. She still has them. She still puts them out
love
every
that.
Thanksgiving.
That's so cool.
Every single Thanksgiving without fail.
I really love that. I need to do that because I have stuff.
Yeah.
It's just in storage, and like with the new house, I'll be going through everything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make sure, because like listening to you and how much it means to you.
I just love it.
I think that's awesome.
And my mom, she's like, I know that you kids aren't going to want this when you are older. I don't know what I'm going to do with the stuff that I've saved. But you know what? Like, she hasn't saved everything, but something like that, I'll keep that.
Yeah.
I'll keep that, and I'll look
hell
at it
yeah.
and be like, this was mine and this was my brother's, and we made them when we were children.
So adorable.
And here we are. And they're just like
And
plastic
you can give
cups.
them to Sadie. And
Yeah.
then Sadie can have them.
She can do whatever she wants with them. She can throw them away if she wants, or she
Right.
can use them.
Exactly.
Whatever.
It's just like the stuff that Nan gave me for Christmas.
Yeah.
She was like, you can throw it away, or you can. I'm like, I'm not throwing. Some of it is like, holy cow.
Yeah.
But I can't throw it away because it was Nan's.
She doesn't want you to feel that way. Like, she didn't give it to you for you to feel that way about it.
I know, but I feel that way about it.
I know, I do too. But
I feel like she would be upset if I got rid of it.
like, my mom has assured me. She has assured me. Anything that I ever give to you or leave to you, she's like,
My mom's the
if
same
you don't
way.
want it, if it doesn't work for you, if it doesn't fit in your home, if for whatever reason, it's only stuff. I don't care what you do with it.
My mom has been the same about stuff like that. Well,
Yeah.
stuff that she's saved
Yeah.
and like given to me. She's like, I can throw it away or you can take it.
Yep.
But
exactly.
it's not staying here. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. Well, that's why I have my
Love
bins
you too.
in my garage. Because
Yeah.
my mom was like, you do what you want with it.
Right.
I don't care what you do. Just don't keep it here.
Right. So I've got
Time for you to
bins,
take it.
But I'm glad that I got that stuff because
Yeah.
like it was like letters to Jesus and yes.
Oh.
From CCD, which was Catholicism catechism class. CCD
Catechism?
something Catholic catechism. I don't know. It was like Sunday school.
Oh.
So anyway, one more thing is that Nan would always eat the neck.
She'd eat the neck.
She loved the neck.
My dad used to give it to the cat.
Nan would be beside herself. She would say, "Give me that neck. Don't
That
give it to
is
the cat."
disgusting.
She loved the neck.
Why?
I don't know, but Nan would always get the neck. She would always make the gravy, and she would always make an apple pie. And it was
Aw.
always like it was perfection. Like her pies were perfection. Like your grandmother's rolls.
Yeah. This is what an apple pie should be.
Right. I miss that because she stopped making the gravy and the pies a long time ago.
Yeah.
And when I asked her if I could have her recipe, she didn't have one.
Oh.
And she couldn't remember it.
Oh, she just did it.
She just did it.
She just knew what to do.
She just knew what to do. She inherited it from her mom.
Yep.
And like it makes me upset that I didn't learn it.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I made rhubarb.
Yeah. Rhubarb pie?
No, just rhubarb. Like she would take rhubarb
Yeah.
and like cook it and put sugar in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be like a tasty treat. Just the inside of the rhubarb, like without the pie. It's like just the filling.
So my grandmother used to make rhubarb jam.
It wasn't a jam.
I loved it.
It was chunky. It was
Yeah.
like, because I've had rhubarb jam and it's like a little bit smoother.
Mm-hmm.
This was like, I'm going to take pie filling. I'm like salivating because it just sounds so good to me. I'm going to take pie filling. I'm not going to put it in a pie.
Yeah.
I'm going to just have the filling. Like that's what you want is the filling.
Right.
And she put it in these little cute little glass dessert bowls.
Mm-hmm.
And I would eat it out of that. And it was so perfect.
Yum.
So when I was pregnant, I wanted it.
Oh.
She had rhubarb in her garden.
Yeah.
She couldn't remember how to cook it because she was getting to that
Yeah.
age. She didn't remember. So she was just like, you boil it something. And she was like, then you put some sugar in it. And that's all you really have to do. And when I cooked it, it was green slime. And I'm like, this was never green. It was
like, this is not how it's supposed to
She
be.
would put food coloring in it.
Oh.
But I mean, some red rhubarb would turn red, but the stuff that she had that
Yeah.
was more green on the green side, because it was strawberry rhubarb, it was just more on the green side. She put food coloring in it.
Ah, yeah.
But it was like eating it, and I'm like, this is like snot. It's like snot.
Yeah. Ugh.
So anyway, that's like really it. I mean, besides the whole Martha Stewart introducing the deep fried turkey in 1996.
I've always wanted to try deep fried turkey.
We did it at our house and almost burnt our house down. We did it right out here.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that happens, so that could happen.
And a galvanized steel.
Like how you're supposed to.
How we did everything. Gus was in charge.
Yep.
That's right. We had Thanksgiving here. When we first got the house. And
Oh.
Gus like was in charge because he's like really good with that stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like on fire. Like it was like I thought it was going to catch the house on fire. It melted the siding.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. And this says, I found this little thing from Bustle, like the website
Yeah.
Bustle. It said, the National Fire Protection Association estimates that these deep fried turkeys will destroy 900 homes,
Oh my
cost
god.
$15 million in property damage, injure 60 people, and kill 5 every year. Every year, 900
That's
homes.
crazy.
Like, don't do it.
Right.
Have a professional do it if there's a
Right.
professional that does it. So be careful, you guys, this year with your deep fried turkeys.
I really do want to try one
It
though.
really wasn't good. It tasted, something went wrong, and it tasted like lighter fluid.
Oh. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
gross.
not good.
No,
like
that's
all of
gross.
us were like, oh, thank God we had 2 turkeys.
Thank God.
We did 2 turkeys. I don't know why, because Kevin used to get them at UPS. He'd get a free turkey every year.
Yep.
So my sister bought a turkey, and then we had a turkey,
Yep.
and we cooked one. Thank God, because that one, it looked really good, though. Oh, did it look good?
Yeah, picture perfect.
But also, it took a while to cook it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So,
This is a little bit of a longer episode,
yeah.
but hey,
We did it.
It will, Brooke's going to be in Florida when this comes out. She's going to
Yep.
be partying in Florida.
Whoop whoop. Whoop it up.
We're gonna do another episode together before she leaves.
Before I leave. Yep, we are.
But I think Maria and I are gonna do an episode.
You're going to do a block party,
We're
right?
gonna do a block party.
Cool.
So you guys can look forward to that. And that was fun reminiscing about Thanksgiving, Brooke. Good idea.
Thanks.
At first I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna talk about.
we had all kinds of shit to talk about.
We did.
I could talk more.
One more thing.
Yeah.
I freaking love green bean casserole.
I do too.
So
Love it.
Kevin makes the best green bean casserole.
I love green bean casserole. I love green beans, period.
I don't,
I do.
but I love green bean casserole, and I love stuffing,
I do too.
and I love mashed potatoes.
Can I tell you, just real quick?
Yeah, please.
I went over to my parents' house for dinner. It was like an impromptu thing this weekend sometime. And they had, now it wasn't turkey, it was chicken, like baked chicken, green beans, stuffing, mashed potato,
Yum.
rolls, but not the good I mean, they were good rolls. You know what they were the Pillsbury Grands.
Oh, yeah.
And that meal was divine.
Yum.
It was like, it got me excited and pumped for Thanksgiving.
Yes. We actually have a story that was submitted for Thanksgiving.
Oh, well, let's read it.
Let's read it. So this is a Thanksgiving story from Katie. Katie, thank you so much for submitting a story.
Thanks, Katie.
We were asking for Thanksgiving stories. I guess everybody, they didn't really know probably what to send, but now you do.
Right, so next year.
Next year, when we
can do it
ask
again.
them, you can tell us your stories like we talked about.
Right.
My absolute favorite tradition for Thanksgiving is waking up without an alarm clock, full of excitement and anticipation for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yes.
I'd make myself a nice cup of cocoa and settle in for floats, performances, musicals, balloons, and those classic rockettes. I love everything about it. It gets me excited for the holiday season and never lets me down. Thanksgiving dinner in my family was always ate at my Nana and Papa's house and was a late lunch hour. I love how she included that because, like, ours was too, and you said
Yeah.
yours was too.
Yeah.
My Nana cooked most, if not all, of the food for it. Turkeys, yams with marshmallows. Yum! I never have those. Do you?
I don't like them. But my husband loves them.
I don't think I've ever had them, but they sound good.
My mother-in-law makes it.
Yams
And
with
he
marshmallows.
loves it.
Yum. Green bean casserole. Yeah. Rolls. and sometimes an experimental dish. For appetizers, she'd put out black olives, gherkins. My sister, when I asked her what she loved most about Thanksgiving, she said gherkin pickles.
So my grandmother always had like a platter with like different like relishes and pickles and stuff.
Oh, so cool. See,
and it was all homemade.
That would have kept me busy.
It was all homemade.
But we never had that. It was always like, we're all going to just sit around and wait. We would always have some port wine cheese and like in the sociable crackers.
Oh, that's nice. See, we didn't have those.
Yeah, we had that.
We also had green olives.
Yum. I love olives.
I love green olives.
Give me all. I love black olives better.
I do not love black
olives. And I don't
olives.
like anything insides.
I love the green pimento olives.
Okay. But I prefer the black olives, and I prefer them small and on my sandwiches.
Yes.
And those baby corns.
Those baby corns.
Picture big. LOL, she said. I've never had baby corns.
Yes, you have.
No, I've never had them. I've seen them, but I've never had them.
How can you never have had a baby corn?
I've never had a baby corn. Does it taste like corn?
Yes.
You just eat the whole thing?
Yes.
Like, I've seen them, like, in a salad, but it wasn't my salad, so I couldn't, like, be like, can I eat that?
Can I eat that baby corn?
I've never had them.
They're so good. Baby corns.
Do you have, like, butter on them, or?
Yeah, I mean, I've eaten them in, like, stir fries.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I feel like it's a fairly common thing.
I've never had them.
Yeah.
My cousin taught me, and I taught my brother, one of my favorite pastimes that has now been passed to my nieces. Putting black olives on your fingertips and eating them off. Still my favorite way to eat them. That's so cool. I can't wait to hear everyone else's traditions as well as those who share mine. Love and hugs, Katie.
Oh, Katie, thank you, Katie.
Thank you so much. That's so awesome. I love your traditions. That's so cool.
Look at right here. This is what I eat them in. Bird's eye teriyaki stir fry.
Okay, well, I'll get some of that, and so I can try baby corns.
And there's little baby corns in there, and I just cook up some chicken, and I add that, and some soy sauce, and some teriyaki sauce, and whatever other sauce I want to throw in.
Yum.
A little bit sweet and sour. And I eat it on rice, or I eat it plain, or with egg noodles.
We did have one more comment.
Oh,
so
hey.
I'm trying to find that.
Was it on our Facebook page?
Yes.
Or like, oh, okay.
The other is from Wendy, and she says, my family enjoys a game of football every year. I don't play it anymore. My teenage son enjoys it. I also enjoy seeing that it takes 3 turkeys for my family, cousins, etc. Wow, 3 turkeys.
3 turkeys?
Here's the thing. The more turkey, the better, because for years and years, we never got...
leftovers?
No. And leftovers are the best.
Leftovers are the best.
Because when 6 o'clock comes around, 7 o'clock, you're hungry again.
Yeah.
It's time to eat.
Like, I absolutely love making, like, Thanksgiving sandwiches.
Never had one.
Oh, my God. Especially with my grandmother's leftover rolls.
And you know how much I love Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Another thing, like football, that Katie... that Wendy just talked about.
Yeah.
So that was like the only time I ever saw like my dad watch sports.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they always watched football, but they watch football anyway.
Grandpa would always watch like football.
Listen to this chair. Every time I move, it's like.
I don't hear it. Oh, now I do. Yep. It's like.
Yes.
Well, that's it.
That's it, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great week. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, bye.
Hello. No one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hi, Nikki and Brooke. It's Joy. I'm feeling a little emotional because I just finished your block party episode from this week. But those stories were just amazing. Maggie and Becky and, I can't remember the last girl's name, but she did the play-by-play with the meet and greet. And it was just amazing. I felt the way she told it, the way all of them told it. I felt like I was right there. And I'm in tears now, but I just so appreciate your podcast. And I'm missing our guys, and I'm missing being with our girls. And I can't wait till the cruise announcement. It's got to get here sooner or later, right? So just thanks again. Feeling emotional, but it's a good thing. I miss you guys. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.
Hello. This is Charlene in Long Beach. I haven't called in a minute, so I thought I'd call you girls, see what's going on. We're having a nice, warm fall, as to be expected in Southern California. I know everyone's going kind of cruise prep crazy. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go this round due to crunching the numbers and looking at the finances and doing all the things, unless I win the lotto or my dad wins the lotto or someone wants to be my benefactor and pay for my cruise and my flight to the East Coast, which is a bother for all of us West Coast blockheads, along with the price of the cruise, having to go and then also fly to the East Coast really sucks. So it's too bad it's not out of Long Beach, which would be super convenient to me, or even out of San Diego, West Coast thing. We could do Mexico, but no. It looks like East Coast again. But for everyone who is going to be on the boat, I'm very excited for you guys. I can't wait to watch all the videos and do all the things and see all the stuff, even though I can't be there myself. Aside from that, if the money wasn't a problem, it falls with my 9th wedding anniversary right in the middle. I was actually married on April 24th, and although my husband is very supportive, it seems like an extra dig of, bye, sweetie. I know it's our anniversary, but I'm going to be on a boat with my boyfriend. He wouldn't mind, but that's just kind of rude. Just a little bit. So, yeah, I'm excited to hear what everyone's going to do and when they finally do all of the theme nights and all that fun stuff. But, yeah, I just want to check in, see how you guys are doing, make sure it's not getting too cold over there. And, yeah, I'm liking the old decor podcast, too. I was trying to think of fun stuff, and I'm trying to go through my photos to find any old 80's or 90's Halloween costumes. I think I have some pictures of my high school ones. I'll send it to you guys. So, yeah, talk to you later. Have a good one. Bye.
Hi, Brooke and Nikki. It's Mandy. I am on my way home from Disneyland. I was with Charlene and Christine, and Charlene's daughter, Cora, Christine's daughters, I can't even talk, Isla and Lauren and her husband Ron. It was such a fun day. I haven't seen Charlene since Hollywood Bowl tour day, and I haven't seen Christine since the cruise. So yes, it was such a awesome, my so-called whatever get together. They're still there, and Charlene did mention we should call together, and then with all the hustle and bustle of a Disney day, we did not get to do it before I left. It is like 7:45. I'm on my drive home. I still probably have a good 45 minutes to drive home. So I'm going to listen to the podcast. I'm so excited. My niece, Gabriella, is asleep. She knocked out right as we got on the freeway. So I can listen to the podcast. I'm so excited. But anyways, just wanted to say hello. Miss you girls too so much. And yeah, that's about it. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.
End of messages.
Files done.